Hey everybody, today is Saturday. It's Saturday all day. You're on the Magna Search Group.tv network, hashtag MagnaOnAir. Today we have Quincy James, President and CEO, under the spotlight with his Strongbody Apparel, a local Vancouver apparel firm. Quincy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, great. Now listen, we always start off the show with finding out what is your story. What is Strongbody?
Yeah, absolutely. My personal story, I'm 28 years old. Been in the fitness industry for just over 8 years. From a very young age, I always knew that I wanted to be a successful businessman and toyed with different ideas from products, businesses that I wanted to launch and come up with. And it was about 3 years ago when I was sitting down for brunch with my business partner, Meghan Conyers, and we were toying with the idea of starting an activewear company, and we wanted to be an inspirational activewear company. And over the better part of the next 12 months, we started, researching and developing prototypes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we got to where we are today.
Cool. Well, listen, I mean, you're in Vancouver, that balanced lifestyle. I think it's the center of North American yoga from some brands that have done very, very well here. So you definitely have the customer. How did you approach your product development? Like when you looked at what you wanted to produce aesthetically, in terms of how it looks, like what inspired you with your patterns and your design?
Yeah, we definitely took cues from different brands out there. We were looking at, what we thought worked and what we thought didn't work. We definitely wanted to steer away from all the bright, flashy colors that was kind of going on at the time. We wanted to create a piece that was timeless. So we were sticking to kind of neutral palettes and tones. And then in terms of the shape, we wanted something that would complement a man's figure and make them look more fit. So we basically started drawing up designs and working with some local pattern makers to come up with some prototypes. And then through fitting and testing, we refined those designs and came up with kind of the sleek silhouette designs that we have now.
Yeah, cool. Well, I know a little bit about technical fabrics, and when you're investing in a garment that's tapered and it has that kind of more of a precision fit, and I think I've read in your literature you talk about intelligent clothing, intelligent apparel. The actual investment, it's a little bit more than a traditional T-shirt, but the longevity, like in terms of how long it lasts, the stretch and recovery, it's four times on average longer than a normal T-shirt. Would you say that's true?
The shirt I'm wearing now is probably about 2.5 years old.
Wow. No pilling.
No pilling. It's fade-free, wrinkle-free. You got the chafe-free seams, so there's chafe-free seams, so there's no chafing or anything like that.
Right.
It's definitely high quality, and like I said, I've had this for 2.5 years, and it's not like I'm not wearing it. I'm wearing it 2-3 times a week on average. So it definitely stands the test of time.
No, that's great. One of the things that I found very interesting about your company was your odor-free technology. How you positioned the different things that you're doing. There's an environmental responsibility to what you've chosen to put into your garments. Can you talk to me a little bit about that? Because I think that is a point of difference that you don't see in other brands within the same space.
Yeah, absolutely. When we put Strongbody together, we came up with a mantra, which is choose to be better. And for us, we wanted to make sure that different areas of the business, in fact, all areas of the business, wherever possible, we were doing things better. So when it came to choosing which types of fabrics we were going to use and the technology, obviously there's certain things that have become extremely popular over the past couple of years, and a problem that I think everyone's trying to solve when it comes to activewear is it stinks. It gets quite musty. You got the hockey guy, the CrossFit guy, doing some intense workouts, and that stuff does not smell good by any means. So we started looking at odor fighting fabrics.
Okay.
And a lot of companies out there are using, a lot of them are trending towards using silver scent technology, which obviously has that luxury kind of ring sound to it. But for us, when we came across the fabric that we're using, it's a byproduct from the fishing industry. It's environmentally friendly. It's approved by the EPA. It was a no-brainer. We definitely wanted to incorporate that into our brand.
That makes sense. It sounds very Vancouver, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. West Coast.
Awesome. So in terms of the wear testing for Odor technology, you were in the fitness area, the fitness industry. Mm-hmm. How many armpits did you have to smell, Quincy?
Too many. Too many. But yeah, in all seriousness, we've tested on a range of athletes from the sweatiest guys out there. And, it doesn't have that musty smell, so it's awesome.
That's very interesting. Well, I think to summarize that, when you talk about a functional fabric, the athletic lifestyle that exists here in Vancouver, one of the things that your customers are buying into is saving time, with what they're wearing and the functionality of the garments, as well as not having to spend as much time shopping because the stuff lasts a long time. Would you say that that's a true statement?
Yeah, absolutely. In some cases, it might be too true. We're definitely committed to making an extremely high quality garment. Everything we do, we're always looking to elevate the product, and we're never finished. Our shorts are our number one seller, and we've refined that product. I can't even tell you how many times, and it's getting better every time. So. Yeah. Our customers are extremely loyal and happy with the gear that they've bought from us. Awesome.
Well, I've seen it around town, most notably in Brooklyn Clothing. Your logo and your hats, are one of the things that stand out to me, and it's I guess in many ways it's an entry-level product into the brand because it's eye-catching and it pops a little bit. Tell me about the logo and why you chose it.
Well, Strongbody, we're an activewear brand, and when we started, brainstorming, what we could use for a logo, we were thinking, well, what powers the human body, and how is that kind of related to our brand? So we came up with the idea of a heart. However, it looked nothing like what it looks like now. We worked with gentleman named Ben Wadolowski from the Sunshine Coast, who I actually went to high school with. He had designed some different logos from companies that I had come across, and he did great work.
Yeah.
He came up with that, and we're extremely satisfied. Everyone loves our logo. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's sharp, it's strong, and it has that timeless feel to it as well. So, no, nice job on that. So now that you're growing, you're established, you're in some great stores here in Vancouver, you're looking to grow your team. What would you say, looking forward, your biggest challenge is going to be in bringing like-minded individuals into your company? You mentioned your business partner, Meghan, already. So now the two of you are establishing a culture and a brand. What is that one thing you're going to look for in people that you bring into your organization?
You got to be an A player, and you can't be thinking, hey, this is my responsibility, this is the job at hand that I got to do. When you're working with a startup company, you got to be ready to kind of do everything.
That's true.
You got to be a jack of all trades. So in terms of energy, high energy, and you got to be extremely committed to the brand. If you take a look at our website and you look at what we're about, if that resonates with you, that would be a good place to start.
Okay. So it sounds like that culture is one of the things that's going to drive your success in the marketplace. You're going to have that win-win-win attitude and have lots of energy with your people and what you do. How do you stay motivated all the time? I mean, is part of that your background being in fitness and having to be on it?
It definitely helps. Exercising on a regular basis eliminates any kind of stress that would come up. Being in the industry, that definitely plays a part. But I take cues from a lot of great leaders out there. Tony Robbins, probably one of my favorites. Watch a lot of his YouTube videos and different segments. I've also done a lot of different types of education courses, leadership and development courses. Yeah. But I find just it doesn't matter what's kind of thrown my way, that you're going to have great days, you're going to have bad days, but when those bad days come, you shake it off and move forward.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I know that in starting an apparel brand, a lot of sacrifices have to be made because for one thing, the time it takes away from your personal life and the things that you enjoy doing, and then there's a lot of upfront capital costs between product development and then commercializing your product. So it's one thing to actually make a new garment and make it perfectly. It's a whole other thing to put it into production and have every single piece come out with that level of quality and attention to detail that I think your brand represents. What type of sacrifices have you made along the way?
Vacations no longer exist.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Definitely you lose a lot of time to spend with your friends and family and that sort of thing. One of the great things about manufacturing in Vancouver and living in Vancouver is we're definitely able to keep a close eye on production and check in, every day pretty much with our manufacturer to make things.
So you can walk down and be on the floor and pick up a garment and say, "Hey."
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You do your best to try to catch, mistake that could come up in its tracks and solve it before they finish the garment.
Yeah.
That's not always the case, but whatever happens before we get that on the shelf, we make sure that it's perfect.
Awesome. So it sounds like that yourself and Meghan are personally inspecting your garments, each and every one.
Absolutely.
I love that. That's amazing. I love that you do that. That's perfect. Vancouver, a great place. It's not one of the top apparel centers, in North America, but there seems to be a lot of very strong brands, like very strong brands that come out of Vancouver, whether that's the Lululemon, the Arc'teryx, Herschel Bags, Indochino, and now Strongbody. That's pretty good company to keep.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Now, listen, we always want to make sure that we ask a couple of questions about your character and put you on the spot a little bit. So when you're in your car and you're stuck in this Vancouver traffic, which today, where there's a lot of rain for the first time in like 4 months, what are you thinking about?
What I'm going to do when I get out of my car. My mind jumps from thought to thought constantly, but basically, what's the next step? What's the plan?
Okay. Now, working in a partnership, how do you guys keep each other, happy, and how's your communication level between the two of you guys?
It's really good. We've definitely evolved our communication strategies over the years, and it's become a lot better. We find that we set up meetings to have certain discussions versus just always talking about different things. So now there's a certain structure to the conversations that we have to ensure that we accomplish what needs to be accomplished.
Cover all the points.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's it. Listen, you need a kind of a guideline to do things so that you can repeat, adjust, and improve on a forward regular basis. So I totally get that. That's good. Okay. Now listen, you're out there, you're out in the marketplace. How do our viewers, how do they find you? Where are they going to find Strongbody? In Vancouver and online? Tell us where they can find you.
Yeah, we got a couple stores that we are in Vancouver. You can check us out at Brooklyn Clothing, downtown Vancouver. Go visit us in Howard's in White Rock. And if you're in Kelowna, Behind the Fly.
Oh, nice.
Otherwise, check out our website, www.strongbodyaapparel.com. And everything you need is there.
Awesome. Well, I love the stuff, and I'm looking forward to my commute come Monday morning. This is MagnaSearchGroup.tv, under the spotlight with Quincy James. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next Saturday.